Hey, you guys, happy Wednesday. So for those of you that I don't know, my name is Ashley Riddle. I have been with Prove It for 4.5 years. Time flies when you're having fun. Hopefully you can hear me too. My yard guys just showed up. I'm like, why does that happen right in the middle of a Zoom? Anyway, I live outside of Houston, Texas, and I am a mom of 3. I have 2 boys and a girl. Boys are 14, 15, and my daughter is 23. Can't believe it. So I'm going to be the host for today and just lead you in some quick, easy action steps that you can use not only today to invite to the call, but every time that we have a call with Prove It. And you can make some quick little tweaks in some scripts that I have that will apply to any call that we're doing. Something that I would like to recommend is if you have an iPhone or phone notes on your phone, make a Prove It folder and you can save these scripts under there. And then, because what you're going to find is after, a year or so, everything is pretty much the same. You can just tweak it a little bit. And so I like it. It saves you a lot of time and allows you to reach out to more people. So we're going to get started in like 1 minute. Go ahead and shoot out a message to your friends if you're in any chats and say, hey, hop on this invite call and let's all max this call out tonight. It's going to be amazing. Right now, I don't know if you saw, but we have the reboot kit available. There's the birthday cake deal for Prove It's birthday. We're 6 years old. I can't believe it. So we got a lot of great stuff, and they'll be going over that on the call tonight. Let me grab this real quick. And then we will get started. Is anyone on this call brand new? If you're brand new, type in, I am new, how long you've been drinking Prove It, or how long you've been drinking ketones, and then when you joined. To me, send us. Nikita, am I okay?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, the yard guy is like right at the window.
No, you're okay.
We're just gonna pivot a little bit. Like, oh, thank you, yard man. I love you, but why'd you choose to come right now? That's the funny thing about Prove It in life is that the more flexible you are, the better you'll be, right? Because life happens. Okay, started the 22nd, drinking ketones and upgraded last night. Oh, yay, Julia. Well, welcome. That's awesome. And then let's see, my guest can't get on. Her browser doesn't support Zoom. Oh, okay. Yeah, she might try one of the different browsers. I'm not the most techiest person, so maybe ask your sponsor after this call for some tips or suggestions. Oh, and then Kira's new. Well, welcome all our new friends. It's so exciting. Okay, something I want to tell you guys real quick, and we're only going to spend 20 minutes inviting to this call. So you'll definitely want to, continue to do this after the call for sure. But calls work. They are amazing. I just cannot express that enough, how much you want to use the calls. I'm going to give you an example. Last night or yesterday afternoon, we had a guest call for the 40% off Dollar Keto Club. Well, I spent, I set my timer. I spent about 45 minutes inviting people personally, not just like posting and praying. I don't know if you guys have heard that before, but posting and praying is where you just put up a post and you hope and pray that someone's going to be interested and they're going to message you. You're going to get most of your results in Prove It by private messaging people versus just posting and praying. You do want to put up posts, but like I said, you're going to get the most results out of private messaging people. And that's what we're going to work on today. So anyway, I ended up with 3 people that were on the call all three joined as a promoter with the Dollar Keto Club because of the call. And I swear it is third-party validation. So if you're not using like the ACE system, the calls as third-party validation, that's the ticket, you know, because people hear from you all day long, even if you're a promoter with a large team, a small team, whatever. It's kind of like Charlie Brown, we say, and they start to block you out like that, wonk, 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 wonk. But if they can hear it from someone else and hear stories and see other people besides just you, it's amazing and it works. So I really want to encourage you guys, anytime there is a call with Prove It, that's just get people on there. It's gold. So let me grab my little scripts real quick. And then I'm going to put them in the chat so that you can copy paste them. And then I'm going to go over with you real quick where you would use these. And I want to encourage you to save them to your notes, and then you can kind of tweak them to sound like you. But this will give you a guideline. And I do this a lot just for me too, because, oops, here we go. Where are you guys at? When I started with Prove It, I was like, well, what do I say? You know? And so it always helped me to kind of have a little guideline. So over here in the chat, I'll go over these real quick, and then we'll spend the rest of the time private messaging people. But this is what you can do first. You can write a list of customers, trial pack people, gray icons, people you've never approached, your chicken list. And those are who we're going to focus on to invite to the call. Also, customers and trial pack people. Those are people already, you know, drinking ketones. So you can invite them either with a voice text, or you can use a text like these examples below. And then you can also do, I want to recommend you do a poll in your stories, and then you can follow up with people that have answered on the poll. But first, we're going to start with private messaging. And then before we finish the call, we'll do a poll in our stories together. So for someone that's never expressed interest, you could say something like, hey, I found something and I feel amazing. It's given me more energy, focus, better sleep, mood. I've even taken off a few pounds, if that applies to you. I have a private Zoom tonight where you can be a fly on the wall. If I sent you over the link, would you be able to hop on? And you always want to answer or end with a question, so that it's like you're having a conversation. And you don't want to put like, oh, hey, there's a Zoom at 7:30. Here's the link. Hope you can get on. That's just kind of like posting and praying. You're not having a conversation, and you want them to respond to you. Oops, did it not all go in here? Hold on. Okay, then the next thing would be, for someone that has expressed interest in ketones, hey, I know you have been interested in ketones. I have a private Zoom tonight where you could be a fly on the wall. If I sent you the link, would you be able to hop on? And hey, Nikita, I'm going to send these to you real quick. Can you post them in the chat? Because for some reason, it's like cutting off my stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Nikita.
You got it.
Nikita didn't even know she was going to help. So you're amazing.
I got you.
All right. Let's see. So that was someone. Okay. Then this is a script. She's going to put this one up too. For someone that's never expressed interest in the business, and maybe you want them to get on the call because they're on your list for someone that you would want to join your team. You could say something like, I found something and I would love for you to be part of it. I think you would love the product and crush the business with me. Would you be open to learning more? I have a private Zoom tonight where you can be a fly on the wall. If I sent you over the link, would you be able to hop on? So you can tweak any of these to sound like how you talk. If this doesn't sound like you talk, like, don't send it like this, you know, just make sure that you have the basic facts. If I, would you, asking them a question. I remember when I started, like Michael Rutherford, he would always say, yo, and then he would say, if I sent you the deets. And I thought, if I send that to my, 44-year-old friends, they're going to be like, what are you talking about, Ashley? I'm like, when did you start saying yo? Because I say, hey, girl. So anyway, that just gives you kind of an example. If you have a current customer, a script for them would be, I know you've been loving your ketones. We just got word we're having a great guest call to hear more about ketones and some amazing stories. I thought of you and didn't want you to miss it. If I'm able to get you the link, would you be able to listen in? All right. And so why would you want to invite current customers that are already drinking ketones to one of these Zooms? Couple of reasons. You want them to learn about additional support products that we have. You want them to also learn about the promoter opportunity, because kind of in our day-to-day, sometimes you just get caught up in them drinking ketones. So if they can get on this call, they're going to hear a little sneak peek about our reboot kit, our pro, our cream, our Mitoplex, the opportunity, and then it'll all be from someone else besides just you. Last thing you want to make sure that you do for any no's, because you'll get that from people. Oh, I can't hop on, my kid's game, or I'm still at work or whatever. I always say, hey, no worries. If I'm able to get you the replay, would you like me to share it with you? So then you can, decide if they're really interested or not, or if they're just using it as an excuse. So does that make sense? All right. Any questions? All right. So we have until 11:20 to work together. So let's do until 11:17, sending out private messages. And like I said, just do whichever ones apply to you. You're going to have to keep doing it after the call for sure. And then we'll put up a quick poll in our story after, but I'll tell you when the time's up. All right, I'm setting my timer. If you have questions while we're doing this, just type them in the chat. Oh, that's awesome, Julia. Good for you. Something that I like to do whenever the reboot happens and I know this isn't a reboot call, but just since you said that and the reboot's available, is I like to private message my friends and just say, hey, let's see, how did I say it this morning? Let me grab it and I'll tell you exactly what I said. I love to copy paste notes too, because then I don't really have to think. I can do more than one thing at a time. I send it in private message and I'm like, hey girl, my ketone community is doing a 60-hour reboot on September 19th. I'm looking for some accountability partners. It's tons of fun with friends. I think you would love it. Would you like to join me? And then when they say, well, what's that? Then I send them the info on the reboot. But anyway, this isn't a reboot call, so I'll stop talking about that. Okay, there's the message if you want to just grab it, and you can do this later so I don't get shot for talking something else. No one saw this. Shh. Hey, but don't put that girl's code in your message. Like, make sure you have your code, unless you guys all want Jess to get your reboot sales. All right, so we got like 2 more minutes to send your messages out, and then we'll put a poll on our story. All right. So now we're going to talk about some ideas that you could put in your story. And let's see, I'm going to hit share screen real quick. These are what I did last night or yesterday for the, for the call that we had yesterday. Can you guys see my screen? Hey, Coach Rebecca, can you see my screen? No? All right, hold on. Oh, shoot. That's weird.
I lied. I can.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Thank you. I was like, what?
Well, I had my screen.
Okay, now remember, so yesterday was the same kind of call basically, except it was just more focused on the promoter opportunity. But these weekly calls also have a portion of promoter opportunity plus products. So I'm just going to show you an example of what I put in my story from yesterday. And I'll probably tweak it a little bit for today. Let's see. Okay, so I just put this little quote, you know, kind of giving them a heads up. And then this. And then I put my story in there, if they can even have time to read it. And then I put one of my teammates' stories there. And then I put a poll. And they're still probably like, what's a dollar keto club? You know what I mean? I didn't like throw it all out there. Come join this call. We're going to tell you everything about ketones and how to sign up for them. And oops, hold on. Whoops, hold on. Stop share. Uh-oh. Did it stop? Okay, cool. Now I just got to get that music off. Oh, God. All right, here you go. Here we are. We're back. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, so you just want to kind of create a story, and with everything, post about curiosity. You don't ever just want to put it all out there, because if you do, if you're like, hey, I'm with Prove It and I sell ketones and you should hop on this call and this is what ketones do and they're amazing, blah, 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 then they have no reason to come talk to you. You know what I mean? And they might accidentally go buy from someone else, not even realizing that you sell it, you know? Or they'll just go on the site and make assumptions based on their own opinions without like really having knowledge of what it does and everything. And I'm going to tell you a true story. Whenever I signed up, like I watched a couple people for about 6 weeks before I signed up. And they did put all their stuff out there, like Prove It. I mean, I knew exactly where to go. And so I went and I researched and I formed my own opinions that weren't the correct opinions. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to try it. It doesn't work. You know? And then finally, I kept seeing someone else that was kind of posting curiosity and like the right way to post. And I decided, oh, I am going to try it, you know, and it's because she posted that way that I reached out to her and was like, what are you doing? And it was the same thing, but you see, I didn't know it because she didn't like puke all over and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And then she had a chance to educate me versus me just what I came up with on my own. So does that make sense? All right, awesome. Well, we are out of time, guys, but I really want to encourage you to keep inviting. And if you can, shoot for as many as you can. But I want to give you a number just to kind of help keep you on track. And I want to encourage you to set a timer on your phone. And if you get messages in between, just don't even answer them. Just keep messaging your people until you're done. So I want you to shoot for 15 to 20 invites to this call, okay? I really want you to shoot for 20, but I don't want you to be mad at me either. So let's shoot for 20. If you do 15, okay, that's better than not doing it. And then do not answer any messages until you get all your invites sent out. That'll help keep you on track. So Thanks for joining us, you guys. I hope you, how do we say it if they have bought a trial but haven't committed to ordering yet? I would just say, hey, I know that you're loving your trial, you know. We have a call tonight that is going to teach you how to maximize your experience and also give you some more information on the product. You'll hear some great stories. If I'm able to get you the link, would you be able to hop on? I would just kind of tweak it for like that. So, all right, cool. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for hopping on and working with me. I hope you have a good day. See ya.